Welcome to This Open House, where we talk about all things real estate related. With your hosts, David and Rebecca Guthrie of the Hacienda Group at Long Realty Company.
Welcome yet again, another episode of This Open House Show. I'm your host, David Guthrie, Hacienda Group, Long Realty Company, with my gorgeous, brilliant, amazing wife, Rebecca Guthrie.
Hey, guys.
Guys, you guys can always reach us, 520-462-2611. Info at thisopenhouseshow.com is our email. And you can always go www.thisopenhouseshow.com for full 24-hour real estate search.
It's
I
true.
mean, why else would you go to our website but to look at homes?
Beautiful homes. Amazing homes.
Maybe you
Homes
want to
that could be yours.
They could be yours at the right price. Now, as long as you jump on it quickly, because these homes are still moving very, very fast. So go check it out day or night and reach out to us. Let us know what you think. What's the market going to do? We love hearing that sort of thing.
It's
and we're
true.
going to love hearing that sort of thing well off into the future. But for today, we do have an announcement to make.
We do.
Why don't you make the announcement, my love?
So after 15 amazing months doing this show and getting to talk to and meet a bunch of listeners, we have decided that we are going to put the show on hiatus. We don't know how long the hiatus is going to be, but life is gotten very busy, and so our kids are 9, 5, and 4, and for those parents and grandparents out there, they don't stay little very long, and we really need the time that we have with them to spend with them. And so when David and I were looking and doing our business planning for 2022, for at least the first half of 2022, we were looking at all of the things, and we said, you know what, it's going to be tough, and we commit ourselves to excellence. The Guthries do things with excellence. We teach our children to pursue excellence, and we can no longer do the show with the excellence that we expect of ourselves, and that, quite frankly, KVOI and our listeners deserve. And so because we are no longer capable of doing it with excellence, the correct thing to do is to take a break.
Step back, take a break for a little bit, and we've loved
we've loved this. We've loved this
show.
And a special shout out to our producer, John. He's been, I'm going to cry because I cry at everything, but he's been truly wonderful. I know everybody here has been.
It's been a great, great experience.
Whew.
We're, and that's the thing about KVOI, and we know a lot of the people on here with the different shows. This is a family station.
It really is.
And there's a lot of great things. So, we love all of you
when
guys.
I did Story Connections for a year with, it's a great place, and the listeners and everybody, you guys are a special bunch.
Yeah. So we're gonna be excited to come back. If you want us to come back, you can feel free to leave some requests. That might get us to come back a little faster, but we're not expecting too much of that. We're very grateful, though, for this opportunity to be able to share something that we're extremely passionate about. And we have a lot of different passions. Those of us who know us, or
listen to our show for any period of time.
Yeah, but even if you really know us, we have a lot of passions. Family, number one.
Yep.
We're very active in our church.
Yep.
We love Jesus. We love God. We love our community out here.
We love it. We love Southern Arizona.
We love Southern Arizona. We love Tucson.
Yep.
We love our neighborhood.
Yep. So that we decided.
I love Sam Hughes Elementary, where I went to elementary school.
So we decided that we're pre-recording this show so that so this will be airing after Thanksgiving. It's the show that's being aired after Thanksgiving, but we're pre-recording it so that everybody can spend time the weekend with their family, so that nobody has to come in and do this, so that we can take time, because that's really important. So we're pre-recording it. But as we were thinking about what are we going to do for the last show, we're going to talk more about real estate, and we decided we're going to share with you what we do with our kids. And every morning when we get in the car to drive our kids to school, we say, hey, so-and-so, what are 3 things that you are grateful for or you are excited about?
Looking forward
What
to.
are you looking forward to? One of the things that David and I put on our business plan for 2022 is that we are going to be diligently and deliberately looking for the good things. It's really, really hard, especially these days, to look for the good things, because there's so much stress and anxiety and bad that's filling the world. Any social media you get on, scroll for a little bit and you're going to come across negativity. And so we wanted to spend the next 20 minutes of the last show of this iteration of this open house talking about the things that we're grateful for, the things that we're looking forward to, and encourage you this Thanksgiving weekend as we go into the holiday season, that you can spend time deliberately looking for the things that are good, because what you focus on expands. So if you look for the good, it will expand. If you look for the bad, everything's going to be bad.
It is very hard to be hopeless when you are grateful.
Yes.
When you are thankful for things in your life. And you know, it's true almost no matter how dark it is. You can read stories of people who have been, you know, in dark cells in prison camps, and, you know, they're clinging to something beyond themselves, and they're able to look at, you know, what they have, right? What they've been given, and it brings them through amazing things. And so, you know, really, truly, you know, we complain a lot, tongue in cheek, inflation's going crazy and everything's going nuts, and, you know, the potholes are pretty big. But at the end of the day, we have it really good here. And Tucson is an amazing community to call home.
So we ask our kids, what are 3 things that you are grateful for or excited about? We're going to do a lot more, but it's a thing that we would, not in a preachy way, but just in a, hey, this is what we do and it works for our family. We would encourage you maybe to adapt it and do it with your kids or your grandkids or your spouse or whomever is important to you driving around.
And be ready for, you know, your little one to shake his or her heads and say, nothing. I'm grateful for nothing
Yes,
today.
that happens. It absolutely
so
does.
Bad. Really?
Yep.
You just did this. You just did that. Nope. Not looking forward to that. Who wants to go to a water park after school? So it, you know, it's not always.
It's not all sunshine and roses. It's not. But
it makes for good laughing material when the kids are not in the car anymore.
Yes, it does. So,
you know. So
all
anyway.
right. David, what are 3 things that you are grateful for or excited about?
My goodness. So I am grateful for a number of different things. Number one, I am grateful that I have a partner and a wife who is my best friend, who knows me so well. You know me so well.
It's true.
And I don't want to give a cheesy line like, you complete me. Okay, because I think that's not biblical, and that's not necessarily good. But in the ways that God made me, where I have shortcomings, you come in with amazing strengths, and you build me up.
Well, thank you.
So I love you so much, and so I'm very grateful for you. I'm grateful for our wonderful family. I'm going to put that all together kind of in one gratitude here.
Okay. That's 2. What's the 3rd thing?
And I am really grateful that I get to do every day something that I absolutely love, something that I have more than 10,000 hours in. And I get to share knowledge and help people through a lot of stressful situations. And for some reason, I like it. I like it a lot. And so I am extremely grateful to be in a career at a time where I think we can make a very good difference in people's lives and help them through and point them to positivity. And, you know, I'm really grateful that our community feels open again. You know, we're looking at travel plans and other things that are happening, and, you know, the travel plans, the bookings in hotels and the people coming around, we're pre-pandemic levels on
Almost,
people going. And so I'm very grateful for human connection and travel and the ability to do that. And with that connection, I'm so grateful for schools being open, because it's easy for me to look around and say, oh, well, I need that. But I think our kids developmentally need that so much more. Just to be able to play on the playground and make a connection with another kid. It's so important. And you just can't get on Zoom. So I'm so grateful
it's true.
that is our life right now. And we don't know what the future holds, but 2019, I never thought I'd be grateful for schools being open or
No.
people going to hotels.
It's true. It's true.
But I see it differently now.
Yes.
So, how about you, my dear?
So I likewise am very grateful for you. I am grateful that we have managed to create a marriage and a partnership that is quite fun. If you get our Christmas card this year, you're going to see on the back of it our poses being superheroes. And they're corny and cheesy, and they're just fun. And I'm glad that we have created that kind of a partnership. I am incredibly grateful for the community of people that have loved this show. We've had a great community who have reached out and supported and loved this show and emailed and all of those things, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the referrals that we've gotten off of that. I am grateful that we live in the United States of America in the 21st century. That is, in the history of the world, there has never been a richer, more prosperous country than this country. And we, as middle-class Americans, live better than kings and queens 100 years ago. The fact that I can sit in a local coffee shop with coffee beans that have been brought in from numerous places, that there's more choices of coffee than I could actually drink in a day, with 2, 3, 4 electronic devices, a smartwatch, a smartphone, a laptop, a tablet, that give me access to information beyond the dreams of the librarians at Alexandria, that we have at our fingertips the most information, and that we have the ability to spend our time watching cat videos. That is a blessing.
I don't watch cat videos.
I know you don't watch cat videos, but occasionally I watch the cat videos. But we need to take time to sit down and think, what do we live in? There's so many things to complain about. We have indoor plumbing. You know, that's a huge deal. The water that runs out of my tap is clean, and it's hot or cold depending on what I want. There are places all over the world where they take cold showers because there are no water heaters. So it doesn't matter if you want a hot one. The way you're getting a hot shower or hot bath is by heating it on the stove and then pouring it over yourself. We live in a place where, yes, gas prices are getting higher, but we live in a place where we don't have to go chop the wood, and we can get into a car and drive anywhere. We could drive to the tip of the continent or to the bottom of the continent, and we may need to have to go off-wheeling, but we could do that. America is a city on a hill. Not in turning it into a religious symbol, but we are the greatest country in the planet, on the history of the world. We have given freedom to more people, and there is a reason that we have a border crisis. It's because America is the place of opportunity, and that transcends political boundaries, that transcends religious boundaries, that transcends gender identities. You can be whatever you want in America if you're willing to put the work in. And that's an amazing statement.
And we have the ability to teach that to our children as well. You know, we're sitting here and we were talking about this the other night with our son. It's like, okay, let's help him find his passion. Okay,
Right.
where is he really into? Because right now, you know, it's hard. It's hard for a kid in this country sometimes who gets everything that they need to want to work for something and actually value it. And so, you know, we withhold a lot because we want our kids to work.
Learn the work ethic.
But you know, if you're pulling weeds when you're 6, 7, 8 years old, you might not want to do that for the rest of your life. And there's good people who make great business doing landscaping and all kinds of other things. So don't hear any derogatory comments there, because that's not what I'm intending to do. But you know, that's not his passion. His passion isn't agriculture and getting out there and doing landscaping. Okay, his passion isn't there. He wants a toy, so he's gonna go weed the ground. But we live in a country to where we can say, all right, what is your what do you really love doing? oh, I love building Lego, or I love this. Okay, well, how can we do that and share your excitement with others and
Right.
actually give you an area of expertise that is something that is valuable? How can we create intellectual property off of that dream,
Yep.
off of that passion, off of that idea? And we're in a country to where a 9-year-old can do that.
Right. Well, so we were, one of our kids, and I went to Barnes & Noble to buy buy a book, and he wanted to buy the book copy of Snoopy's Thanksgiving, Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So it's the book copy of
I don't
that.
think I've heard this story.
And we get home, and he's like, Mommy, read it to me. Mommy, read it to me. Mommy, read it to me. And I'm not a huge Charlie Brown fan. I mean, I know lots of people are. It's just not my cup of tea.
I am.
But-
I'm like Pigpen. Like the dust, it just, I don't know where it comes from. I can walk in and my
It's
pants
true.
are dirty. It's weird.
It's true.
Sorry,
It's
continue.
true. Anyways, so we sit down, and the book was talking about, and I know that because I've seen the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, that this is said in Thanksgiving, is that America was the first country to have a holiday directly for Thanksgiving. That has
For
a
gratitude.
natural holiday for national holiday for gratitude. We were the first country in the world to have a national holiday for gratitude, and I think that we don't take advantage of that as much as we should have. And I think we really, I know Thanksgiving, by the time this is airing, you guys will, it have already happened, and I hope it was wonderful. I hope that you're still eating leftovers, like, while you're listening to this. Have a piece
I
of
hope you
pumpkin
avoided
pie.
the family fights, the crazy uncles, all of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But, have a piece of pumpkin pie for me.
Drink just enough, not too much.
Right. All of that stuff. But really, like, think about this weekend, the gratitudes. And I know we've been saying this the whole time, but we are the first country, America's the first country to say, hey, we need a day. We need a day to say we are thankful. My kindergartner is learning right now about the Pilgrims, and, she's adorable, and she comes and she's telling me all of this stuff that's all new to her, that I've heard 100 times, but, I'm super excited about her learning. She's like, I'm teaching Mommy all of this stuff. But we really do have, they barely survived that first winter. But we did, and people still are coming. So I know that I got a long topic on America, but I am also,
You're grateful for
I'm
it.
very grateful for it. I'm very,
Yeah.
very grateful that God put me in
And
this
we
country, in this
have-
place.
We have a lot of growth still to do. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
and that's the thing
yeah.
as a society or as people, there's a difference between being able to enjoy your journey and constantly getting to the next thing and just being stagnant and saying,
Right.
okay, contentment doesn't necessarily mean
It's
you
not
don't
toxic
progress.
right. It's not toxic positivity.
Yeah, where our listeners might not understand what that is, but that's
So-
just pretending everything is good even when it's
Right,
not,
right.
and that's dangerous.
Right.
Like that's really, really bad.
Right.
So we have things that as a society we still need to progress towards, but if we are not thankful, if we don't start with gratitudes, and we don't also start with, I think, educating of where are we,
Right.
who are we, and
Right.
start being able to exchange ideas. And I am still thankful that we live in a country, even though it seems to be different than it was in my grandparents' day. But there are still people who want to exchange ideas,
Yes.
exchange uncomfortable ideas sometimes. We don't want to just hang out with people who think like us all the time and
No.
believe like us and look like us all the time, because that's the worst thing you can do. But we can also have talks without being able to disparage people and say, we're interested in the truth. What really is true? What really is not?
Right.
And we still as a society do value truth. It's starting to change though, and that is something that concerns me a little bit. But if we focus on the good and we say, let's focus on that and let's get back to exchanging ideas.
Right, because the
and
truth
not-
is we're better off when we exchange ideas. Better things get created when ideas are exchanged. So
Right.
I look at, so David
Why do you
and-
believe what you believe?
well, not
Why
just
do
that,
you think
but
that?
David and I were planning a vacation, and I had my ideas, and he had his ideas, and my ideas got better. I'm the beginning planner. I start it, and then David comes in and makes it pretty.
I make it great.
That's true. There we go. He makes it great.
Yes.
But if it were just me, it would be a good vacation. Don't get me wrong. I can plan a good vacation, but the two of us together created a vacation for ourselves that we're really excited about. And so, and it's a silly analogy, but we need more. It's okay to disagree. We do need that. But if you can start with, here's the gratitudes, here's the things that we can agree, here are the things that we can be grateful for, and then build on that, it's a much better foundation. So on that note, I'm grateful that we live in Southern Arizona. We've got fantastic weather. We were at the park the other day until 6 o'clock at night in t-shirts and shorts.
This time of year is my favorite time.
We left ultimately not because we were getting cold, but because it was getting
dark.
too dark.
And our kids needed to go to sleep.
Yeah, they had to eat, and they think they need to eat
But
3
where else
times a
can you
day.
do
I
that?
don't know
we
why.
We have concerts in the park, different times of the year throughout, where you can go and picnic and listen to the Tucson Pops Orchestra play. Where else in the country can you do that?
We have amazing hiking. We have amazing food. We have developed a arts culture that people travel here for. We really, it's easy to get bogged down in the weeds and the potholes and this and that and the other thing. And I'm not saying that there isn't a place for those conversations, but let's first start with, there's a reason people want to move here. It's because it's beautiful. It's because Tucson and Southern Arizona culture, what we have created is attractive, and people want to be someplace that's attractive.
It's a big, small town.
It's a big, small town.
With a lot of amenities.
Right.
But still a small
and
town
we're really
charm.
friendly. That's the thing, is that people still go out of their way in Tucson to help each other. And
Hold doors open.
Right.
Wave.
Right.
Other parts of the country, you'll get a door slammed in your face when you're holding groceries and you're trying to push a stroller.
Right. So I'm grateful that we're in Southern Arizona. I'm grateful, that we have the amenities and the culture and the society that we've created. And I would encourage all of you to stop and take a moment and list 4 or 5 things about Southern Arizona that you are grateful for. There's a reason you're here. There's a reason you're listening to this show. 1030 The Voice in Southern Arizona is in Southern Arizona. Most people outside of Southern Arizona don't listen to it. There's a reason you're listening to the show. It's because you live here. So what are the things that you're grateful for about that you live here?
I wonder how far this show goes sometimes, though. I do think about that. If you guys are listening out there and you're in Alaska somehow on a podcast, you'd blow my mind if you just email me, or you can make it up. I'll never know the truth, but I do sometimes wonder, where does their reach go? But the people who are listening are the ones who need to listen and hear, and we're fine with that.
Yeah. So the other thing that you can think about is, if you did have those family feuds that, those things happen, take a moment and think
be
about...
grateful that eventually they will die. Right?
No.
It happens to everybody.
It does. That is true.
Okay.
Everybody will die. No, take a moment and think about your family and name 3 things that you are grateful for. Don't dwell on the idiot that did X, Y, or Z, but think, I'm grateful that I'm in this family for this reason, for that reason, and this other reason. And I promise you can come up with 3 reasons. I get family. I'm the oldest of 8. I get family. But there are things about everybody that you can find, that you can appreciate. And if you do that with everybody, it's astonishing how hard it is to hate people when you're looking for reasons to love them.
That is true. As you focus on those things, the act of loving others creates
love.
that.
It does.
And sometimes that's how we get through transactions in real estate, because real estate agents can be the worst sometimes. I just got to say it. I've been around here for how many years?
17.
17 years. And I love a lot of you, but some of y'all need to come down a little bit.
If you're
But if
looking
you look
for
at
the
good,
good,
you can love the unlovable.
Right. Play the glad game. Read Pollyanna or watch Pollyanna. I love the 1960s version of Pollyanna, but there's a reason she plays the glad game. Play the glad game. So
now, not in a toxic way, just like we said. A lot of people take this kind of advice and take it to the extreme. This may be a Thanksgiving where it's your first one without a loved one.
Yep.
This may be a Thanksgiving where you have lost everything, or you've received a diagnosis. grieve. That is something to grieve about. And we
Yep.
grieve with you. If you're a listener, you're going through a tough time, we grieve with you on that. Trust me, our hearts are right there with you. Don't just slough that under the rug, but it's impossible to have hopelessness, real hopelessness, where there is no hope at all. It is impossible to have hopelessness if you are grateful. And we are really grateful for you guys. All of you listeners, I know we've said that. We are grateful for amazing clients. And, here it is, the last time, 462-2611, 520-462-2611. info@thisopenhouseshow.com. If you know anybody who's looking to buy or sell real estate in Tucson, Arizona, or the surrounding areas, we would love the opportunity to help you.
Thank you guys for
Thank you,
joining
guys.
us for the last 15 months. We'll catch you next time.